What? 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 What's wrong? You're mad. Why are you mad? You what? Why are you going? You're going a little crazy. Can you just cool it a little bit? All right, nice. I'm going to start this. We're going to do the new episode right now. So just cool it a little bit. Let's do another episode. Nice. I forgot. Welcome to another version of the Mighty Code Coder. I'm your Code Coder, here to make you great, help you innovate. In this tutorial, you're going to write code in a Node application in order to connect to the Twitter API using the Node package twit. We have Node installed, we have the twit package installed, and now we need to authenticate our Twitter bot to our Twitter account. By the end of this tutorial, we have access to our Twitter API by using access tokens. We will bury these tokens, secret tokens, in a package file and call it config.js and import them back into our code using a require statement. I know that you've been chomping at the bit, whatever that means. And I found this part of the process very powerful and intriguing. We got to use the Twitter developer account, which will make you feel like a real programmer. So let's get going. Make sure you set up and download and install node.js, and make sure that you have a Twitter account and that you know the username and password of that account. All right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is in the other tutorials, I made a folder called Node. And I made in that folder, I made a bot.js. So I'm going to go ahead and open terminal. And I'm going to make sure it's not near Paul. Because, yeah, his head kind of gets in the way. And I didn't almost hit you. Why do you think that window almost hit you? It's behind you. I want to make sure your head was in the way. Be cool. All right. So first thing I'll do is I'll clear the panel, and I have to change that file. Remember that file is in Node, and it might be really buried in my file system. So I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to go to that folder. Here it is, Node. And I'm going to go ahead and go right into here. And let me do that again, clear. Let's go CD for change directory. And let's go ahead and throw the Node folder in. There it is. All right, now I can go LS to make sure I see what's in there. And there's that bot.js folder. So I'm going to go ahead and run that bot.js folder. I'm going to go node bot.js, see what's in there. And it basically says my bot's running. Now, you could also have in there, you could say npm start, okay? And there's an error basically saying no. Sometimes people use this npm start. Well, you could write script. Remember that file, that package.json file? You could actually write a script in there that starts all your programs with npm start. So it depends on what folder you're in. All you have to do is go npm start. You don't have to try to remember the first phase. So let's try to do that. Let's go Sublime. And let's actually do that same thing. Let's get that folder into Sublime. And let's drop it right here. And here's bot.js. And then here's that package.json file. So if I want to actually go to the script folder and I want to say, what can I use to start this program? I could go start, and I could do colon, and I could do same thing I would do just naturally. I'd put node bot.js. So you see what this does? It keeps me, every program I have, no matter what I have, I know the starting file. So this is bot.js. Okay? And so now if I save it, and I go back to our terminal, and I go to npm start, I return, And there it is. It actually goes and it starts my bots running. And it's telling me there's a new version of NPM available, which I should probably update. But it basically ran that file. Okay, so that's kind of a neat little start for you. All right, so now let's try to connect our twit package to our bot.js. In order to do that, I'm going to go to my Safari file, and I'm going to go to I'm just going to Google twit, and I'm going to go GitHub. And GitHub is where all the open source code is. And see, here it is. And there's always a README file in these GitHub accounts. Okay. And in the README file, there's always, remember, this is how we installed it. And then now here is how we're going to import. Remember when we imported math in our Python? This is the same way that we import stuff, but just with JavaScript. All right, so let's go to our Twitter bot, and let's go ahead and put that in. All right, so there it is, npm twit. We import that twit package. Now we have all those packages, which are right here, by the way. Right, remember in here? Right here, here's Node, and here is all the twit stuff, okay? Right up here, whoops, I'm still not there. I'm kind of in the way. It's right behind my head, right here. Okay, all right, so there it is. And now let's go back to the GitHub, and let's go back and let's see, what? I didn't almost hit you. What are you talking about? You're always mad. Everyone wants to know why you're so mad all the time. Just chill out, man. Whoa, dude. Hey, don't raise a hand on me. All right. So let's go to the GitHub account. Let's go to GitHub. And here is, you guys, look at this. Here is the keys, right? The secret keys. And this is how we connect to Twitter. This is twit connecting to Twitter. Okay, and this is how it does it right here. This is the big part. Okay, and it's not too hard. You guys could totally get your head around this, no problem. All right, so I'm going to go and put that right here. And so there it is. And so what we need to do is we need to get these, see those dots? We need to get those dots filled with the Twitter API. So hopefully you've got your Twitter account, you know your password, you know how to get in. I'm going to show you how to get those secret keys right now. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to go to Twitter. Actually, I'm not going to go to Twitter. I'm actually going to go to Twitter's developer account. All right, so I'm going to go dev.twitter.com or developer.twitter.com. You can tell I'm not at Twitter, right? Twitter was, light blue. Is there the color? When you go to the developer site, you have, it's light purple. It's actually light purple. All right, so let's go ahead and sign in. And, of course, my username is Mighty Code Coder. And then I don't know the password, so I'm going to go to my DA, my dash lane. And I'm going to put in dash lane Mighty Code Coder. There it is. Remember, always scramble your passwords, guys. Never have a common password. Okay? So there it is. Now, when I log into the developer account, understand that it goes right to my Twitter account. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to type back in dev, and you'll see right here that I'm logged in. See that? Logged in right there above Paul. Okay, so now once I get in this site, I'm going to go right up here to my username. See my username up there? And I'm going to go right to apps. And you can see here's two apps that I already have. This is the South Hills Twitter bot that I try to go to for the superintendent who puts in another great day in CVSD. And this is the one that does it. And I'm going to create a new one all the way from start. I'm going to create one right from start. All right? All right. Here it goes. So here it is. Click here, and it'll come with a name. I'll call this the Mighty Twitter bot. And I'm going to go ahead and put in what it is exactly. So it just they want basically you're kind of applying to do this. If they don't think you're going to use this for a good reason, they're not going to give you access to do it. So make sure that you have a reason to do it. And I'm just going to say I'm going to use this bot to show students how to make this bot. Okay, something like that. And then you can put a website. I actually do have a website, so www.themightycodecoder.com. And then you don't have to fill out all this other stuff. I mean, you can if you have it. This piece right here wants you to, it is required. You have to tell them what you're going to use the app for, and you have to use at least 100 characters. So you're going to have to bear with me here for a second so that you could, so I actually have to put everything in. So I'm going to say, this bot will troll users who use the hashtag another great day in CV USD. It will be for training purposes only. Okay, so the 100's up, so I can do it. I can now hit create. And once I hit create, look at these warnings it's going to give you. Sensitive information, be careful about using Twitter. Now, I might at this time warn you guys to maybe use an account that is not your original account. Like if you have an account that has like 1,000 users or has a lot of users, you may not want to use it, because if you do something wrong on this with this Twitter bot, you do it too often or something it doesn't like, they're going to cancel your account or they're going to put it on hold. So be careful with it. Sensitive information, government surveillance, says we prohibit the use of Twitter data and Twitter APIs by the entity for surveillance purposes, period. So it talks about some of the warnings, and once you hit create, actually it says, look at this, app not created. You have exceeded the daily app creation limit. Please wait 24 hours to reply. So yeah, as you saw, I did this several times today. So they're already shutting me down. Maybe I'm already putting my code at risk. You know what? In the meantime, why don't we just use a couple that have already been done? Okay? So I'll go back to apps. I'll use this Mighty Liker. And I'll go to details. And if you see right here, I have keys and tokens for it. And these keys and tokens are the things you need. So there they are. Look at that. And remember, those match these dots. Okay? And so I'm going to switch. I'm going to go copy these. Okay? I'm going to paste them in right here. Okay, there's the key. Here's the secret key. Here is the secret tokens. Now you might be asking, well, what if you're doing this on video and people all over the world are seeing your tokens? They're not so secret anymore. What is that dangerous? Well, yeah, that is. Someone else copies these and tries to post stuff as you. It could harm your site. I'm not going to worry about it because I could always regenerate. So see here, you can regenerate them. Or at the end, I could actually just delete this bot. Okay? All right, so we got those in. And that's pretty much all we're going to do for right now to connect with the Twitter API. Pretty cool, right? All right, so I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go back to my Twitter, and I'm going to run it. And if I run it, there you go. I got no errors. It says my bot's running. You know what we should probably do is, if I put this up there, people could see my codes. I should probably bury it. In fact, what I'm going to show you how to do now is how to make a import package, okay, to import these codes. All right. So in order to do that, all we'll have to do is make a new file called config and make some a module in there and put all the tokens in that module. Okay, so decouple it from my main code. All right, so let's do that now. All right, so I will come in here and I will make a new file. And again, I'm going to save it. And when it asks me what the name should be, I'll make it configure or config. Okay, .js. And I'll save it in the same folder. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in module.exports. Okay, equals. And I'm going to put the curly brackets, and then I'm going to paste that sensitive token material right here. Okay, so let's go back to bot.js. All right, and let's copy all this stuff. And let me come back over here to my config, and I'll hit paste. I'll move this over one, make it look clean, get rid of a few of those, save it. Now, in order to couple these together, I got to do an import statement just like I did in the last one. Okay, so remember when I did this twit, I wanted to make sure I imported it. All right, here I'm going to go var config equals require config. Now, if you see, this actually is the yellow. When it turns yellow, means it's actually a folder I'm trying to go into. This one, import a folder. So if I just want a file that's within that same folder, I could go / something like that. It'll just work really nice. All right. And then I could get rid of all this stuff that's in my regular code. So then I don't risk having people see it. Okay. And just to see if it worked, let's go ahead and print that out. So let's do console.log. Let's type in config here. So it'll type in that variable. All right. So I'll save that. Let's go back to terminal. Let's clear this so you can see. Let's go ahead and do the npm start again. And, ooh, all kinds of errors. Okay. So let's see what the errors are. First of all, if I scroll up here, oh, you actually see it actually did work. You see that? I did npm start. Here are all the keys, but then it had errors. And let's see where the errors are. Well, the errors are in this object I created, this T. Okay, now if you want this T to have the new account stuff that I have in this config file, in the parentheses, I just put in config. All right, and so now all those new Twitter tokens are in my new twit object. Okay, so now I'm going to save it. I'm going to go to here. Let's clear this so everyone can see what I'm doing. Let's go up to npm start. And there's the secret keys and no more errors. And we're ready to go. Okay, we're ready to go now. Search through the Twitter API. We're ready to go search through people's tweets, the databases within Twitter, and see if there's stuff that we want to like. So before you go to the next video, get your Twitter account going. Make sure that you associate a phone number with it. Create an app. Get all those keys. See if you can get all the code running with authentication. And finally, in the next video, we'll start querying the API, and suddenly we will very rapidly be making all kinds of Twitter bots. Okay? Till next time, I will, what, Paul? Oh, I know. Okay, I'll tell him. Don't forget to subscribe, or Paul will get mad. Okay? Yeah. Whoa, dude. Whoa. All right.